So here we are, lovelies. It's the 8th of October. We're starting the Great Glen Way. And there it is. So we're in Fort William. 117 kilometres, Fort William, through the Great Glens, northeast of Scotland, out to Inverness, Clunes, Loch Ness, Lochy, we've got Loch Oik somewhere, Loch Oik in the middle, and Loch Ness at the end, to Inverness. Shall we then? Come on, let's go. So there we go, just to the right of the path. You can see the River Lochy. You can hear it, you can't often see it. Quite quickly flowing and quite wide. And if we come over, here's our path. And there's the canal. Morning all, how are we doing? Right, so the first night we stayed at the Gairlochie Holiday Park. Gairlochie is probably about half a mile, 3/4 of a mile back to the route. So we're going to do that. It's persisting downward rain. It's likely to stay like that for the rest of the day, unfortunately. One of the things that I did want to show you very quickly is the one of the hydroelectric stations. We've got quite a few of these up in Scotland. There's part of the River Lochy. Coming down. We don't get run over, but look at this as it comes through. It's absolutely something, isn't it? Of course, which that water's being down. Quite incredible. Not bad if you want to do some good water around. Right, here we are, day 2. It's about 11:45 in Clunes forest. So most of the day has been gravel tracks like this, as you see behind me. Loch Lochy. Been walking past for probably about the last hour and a half. Some of the roads have been tarmacked as well. So fairly flat, which isn't too bad. It's meant to clear up, so touch wood, it will. Let me see how far we get. Catch you in a bit. Morning lovelies. So that was Glassdoor Wild Campsite. It's a trailblazer site for people. It's a free site, free campsite. I could keep my head down under a shelter, which was fantastic. Absolutely no lights at all. The deers and the stags kept me up periodically throughout the night. Clearly wanting some fun or something like that, I don't know. But nonetheless, yeah, great little site, served the purpose. Today's shenanigans, we're off to Fort Augustus. It's about 16 miles or so. Fairly straight path. Again, it is what it is. The last sort of 3 days, or the last couple of days, and I think today will be pretty much as you see it. Still next to Loch Lochy there. We're off to the Lagan Locks now. You can take one of 2 routes. I'm going to take the southerly route, which is a bit more direct, and crack straight on. As I said, about 16 miles. Here we go. Come on then. Day 3. So we're saying cheerio to the Lagan Locks now. Following this sign, obviously the black thistle. And we've got the river to our left now. Going onwards to Loch Lochy. It's quite fantastic that along the canal there's a series of swing bridges. All have operators, and as you can see, it facilitates the larger boats going along the canal. See if we can go down and get a better picture. There we go. There we go. Easy as that. And then we've got the old-fashioned lock system. Boats in, drain the water, and out they go down the side. Fantastic. I really do think it's brilliant that these are all still manually operated. And clearly there's a lot of care that goes into the Caledonian Canal and its upkeep. Morning all, how you doing? Well, here we are. This is now day 4 of the Great Glen Ways. Stayed overnight at a lovely B&B in Fort Augustus. The Lorien House bed and breakfast, absolutely incredible. Lynn and Tom, you do the place proud. One thing that I didn't do is take any footage or film of Fort Augustus, like the fool that I am. So I'll see if I can add some like Google Library photos or something like that in with this footage. So a brisk walk out of Fort Augustus via Inverness to a place called Atsley. It's about 12 miles, 11, 12 miles, something like that. So I've had a bit of a leisurely start. Cracking breakfast. So, salmon with scrambled egg on a toasted muffin, no less. But we're greeted by these sights probably within about half an hour or so. 20 minutes. Starting the walk. So, onwards and upwards. Literally today. The weather forecast isn't too bad. The cloud it isn't low, so we're going to try. It does split into lower and higher routes from here, so we're going to give the higher routes a go because the views, so I'm told, are really worth it. So, enough yakking, let's crack on. Come on then. So in the distance is Fort Augustus, and as you climb out you get a choice of two routes, a lower route and a higher route, depending on the weather. But today I've chosen the higher route. You can see why. So we've got the Monolith Mountains in the background. Absolutely stunning. And here we are, the first sights of the mighty Loch Ness. So we're going to do some monster watching today, hopefully. And there we go. It's quite a brisk walk up through the trees, but these views are stunning. Absolutely stunning. Totally worthwhile. Right, next stop in Royston. A few miles in that direction. Let's go. I don't know if the microphone's picking this up. But I can hear bagpipes in the distance. How wonderful is that? Let's see if we can find out where it's from. So here we are, we've just joined the low route again. I did the high route and then had a junction, came on down because I'm nearly at my accommodation, which is just hopefully a few hundred metres that direction. So I'm done for the day at Ulsley. It's probably been about 11 or 12 miles, really up and down. As you can tell, it's been fantastic in relation to the views. Only a couple of showers, so all in all, I really can't complain. So there we have it. I'm going to sign off for today and take care. See you in the morning. So here we are, day 5, the penultimate day of the Great Glen Ways. It's been brilliant. So last night I stayed at Ulsley, just a little hamlet of a couple of buildings in the Brer House, or sorry, Brer Bank bed and breakfast with Mai and Duncan. Wonderful, wonderful hosts, really, really good. Good old Duncan. Anyone who gets out the Glenmorangie whiskey for me is a friend of mine for life, and he did. Good, you know, good man, lovely couple. Felt very homely, which was great. Wonderful breakfast this morning. It's really set me up for the day. So I've just had a brisk walk up, so back on the low trail of the Great Glen Way now. I'm not going back up to the high route. As you can see, spectacular views over Loch Ness. But hopefully we've got Urquhart Castle to look forward to, Drummond the Drocket, and onto, I think it's Arboretum Eco Camp for tonight. So it's about, I think about 17 or 18 miles. All right then, let's crack on, shall we? Come on. There we go. this little cairn just here represents the highest point of the Great Glen Way. I'll put the exact reading down here along the bottom. There we go. Doesn't get any higher than this. So we've got about 2.5 miles to go to the campsite tonight. It's just after 5. Let's crack on. See you in a bit. So this is the famous eco campsite in the Aberracan forest. Absolutely crazy. I love it. All right, let's find someone. Morning lovelies, so here we are on the final day of the Great Glen Way at the Aberracan Eco Wild Campsite run by Howie and Sandra. Lovely hospitable hosts, really good. Lovely chocolate and cake last night when I arrived. It's completely off grid. It's as wacky as you like and it is great. It is absolutely fantastic here. So, as I said, this is the last day. One thing that suddenly struck me that I hadn't showed you my tent set up. I packed away the insides, but for those of you just after a bit of tent porn, look at this. There we go. Look at this. This is the campsite. And you just follow little routes around and it takes you to little areas like this where you can pitch a tent. It's wonderful. Right, so I'm just going to get myself packed up, have something to eat and drink, then onwards and upwards. We'll catch you in a bit. Finally en route. Left the Aberracan Eco Camp, so now on to Inverness. I think having a chat with Sandra, lady who owns the place, up until now, and she's dead right, we've been looking to the sort of right hand side along the lochs and the water, and I think today she was saying that a lot of the views are actually to the left. Not at the moment, but there's a lot of path walking and road walking. But if there's a view to be had, don't worry, I will catch up with you then. Take it easy. Okay, so here we are, well into Inverness now. Only about a mile or so left. Just doing the final reflections on the walk. It's really been a walk of 3 parts. The flat part up to Fort Augustus, then hilly, and then almost like a day of reflection now. Not just the Great Glen Way, but I've been up here for 3 weeks now walking, and it's been wonderful. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And here we are, after nearly 120 kilometres from Fort William. This is the end. There's a Great Glen Way's monolith, Fort William, and here's the end. Boom. Done. Done.